Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're here for episodes 12 and 13 of Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei's Season 3. Very excited to be closing out Season 3 here today. Kind of the end of the mainline anime content, I guess you would say. So last week I said that this would be the last week of the anime. I have since been informed. Some little birdies told me that there was actually some OVAs left over. I'll do those next week. So looking forward to that, of course. Probably going to do those in a format where I just kind of watch the episodes, maybe give some brief thoughts, that kind of thing. So mostly, again, next week, just going to be the reaction, you would think. Unless I have something huge to talk about, you never know. Something could happen. Either way, 3 YouTube comments here today to start our video and to frame our discussion, of course. And yeah, 3 comments here from Iwayuru. They are hefty. They are large, of course. And yeah, as we say here, just probably going to pick and choose a few ones that I thought was particularly interesting that kind of followed up on last week's stuff, that kind of stuff. But again, as always, this is kind of my supplementary liner notes, so to say. So again, have been enjoying them in that respect, helping me to understand these things a little bit more. It's always good. First up here, we go into our little intro vignettes, story things, and I've kind of turned the corner on them. I started off thinking they were the worst thing ever. Maybe not that intense, but and I've come around to thinking they're quite good. They're quite funny. I like the general meta joke of it as well, where, again, this is on TV. Somebody could have just flicked this on and would have been like, what the hell is this show about? Like, any episode could be somebody's first episode, which, again, as we move into a streaming era, is less and less common. So it's almost like intentionally trolling new viewers. And again, we already had that bit in a kind of earlier episode about, you know, new viewers versus old viewers versus... Anyway, I think it's clever. I think it's a funny joke. And even then, even if you are Japanese, again, these are the references we're dealing with, they're still pretty esoteric. It's not exactly super obvious stuff all the time. As I said, the joke is kind of that it's bullshit. Like, that's kind of the joke. Yeah, I don't know. I forget if I put it in the edit or not, but definitely at some point during the process of last week's video, I'm like, oh yeah, that is just Kamiya. So yeah, I looked like a bit of a fool. That's okay. We'll take those. Now, what I didn't know is that he's actually... Well, again, does he have multiple albums and singles? Or does he have anime multiple albums and singles? I don't know. Again, he's very good. He's obviously very good. But if he wasn't also a fantastic voice actor, would he also be a fantastic musician? It's always hard to say. It's a pure hypothetical. We can never know. Again, I like my fair share of, you know, idols and whatnot. So maybe I'm not the one to say, because again, would they really be in the industry if they didn't have all this other stuff? Anyway, it's a whole can of worms. A few of the Lupin cards for this particular segment, the chicken or the egg segment, I guess we would say, were concerning. Like, I think we go into it a little bit later as well, but Shaft was doing... obviously Bakemonogatari and this at the same time, but there was also some Hidamari sketch stuff, some Negima, they were doing everything. They were going crazy. That's way too much. What are you doing? Stop. This was probably my biggest, like, pondering question from last week, I guess I would say. Like, who invented shame? Who invented, like, you know, nudity being something that should be hidden, I guess? Probably a good bet to attach it into Christianity somewhat and the Bible and people's interpretations of the Bible, and then you attach that into Romans versus barbarians and, you know, dominant religions and that kind of thing throughout time, and then it just kind of becomes a thing in culture. There's a lot of history there. It's a rabbit hole. Why do clothes exist? I guess it's a pretty important question, and probably something that, you know, somebody's put a lot of time into researching, if I'm honest. I just liked this one too. Random trivia, Americans renamed the hamburger to a Liberty steak during World War II. Because, obviously, Hamburg is in Germany and World War II stuff, you know. Yeah, that's very funny. I like a Liberty steak. Give me a big, juicy Liberty steak on a bun. I think I've heard this opening. So this is when... There's a small cutaway. Chidori's talking about a Russian roulette. We show these 2 characters from Dirty Pair. And I believe I've heard this opening. It's a banger, for sure. Yeah, this was the one I was talking about. Yeah, a bunch more Lupin text here. Yeah, all that stuff. Same time. Insane. Don't do that. Again, a pretty low-key one for this show's standards, but did also really enjoy this gag. It's just a great way to introduce the characters into the scene. And again, it reinforces itself with, like... you know, their general, like, rivalry that kind of side of their characters. It's really well shot. I feel like the posing there was really cool. Yeah, it's good. It's a good show. See, I'm a bit sad about this one. Apparently, I was just on one about the whole Hair Kafka connection, but apparently it was just his brother. I don't know. Haven't seen that character in ages, by the way. Ages. It's probably another wide-scale criticism thing you could probably have for this show. We kind of introduce characters and then just drop them because they're not as good as the ones we already have. In a way, that's good as well, because am I really going to enjoy a Mikoto Itoshiki bit more than a Chiri bit? Probably not. So we've made the correct choice there. It's just, I don't know. Did he have to be here at all then? He's fine. He's okay. His joke is basically just the pun that's his name. I have similar feelings about Rin. Rin's just kind of turned into eye candy, which wasn't something I expected from her character when she was first introduced. I thought that she would be a lot more important. This is one hell of a callback as well, the whole Komori leaving and the school falling down type thing. It took me a while to remember what it was even referencing, of course. The Zashi, you know what I'm talking about. That's like literally episode 3 or something. Like, it's very, very early in the run, and like years after the fact. That's an insane callback now that I think about it. How many shows actually do stuff like that? I don't know many. I do not. I spent all this time looking for a Sugita connection to the kaiji stuff that he drew in the little kind of post-episode segment. He just drew it for the fuck of it. It's so annoying, man. Some of this stuff I'm like, oh, that must be a connection to something. No, it's just... he just did it. Okay, sure. And yeah, the last segment's it's just brilliant. It's fantastic. It's so good. Whenever we lean meta, and especially like, you know, not just like anime reference meta, but like genuinely fourth wall breaking characters not making sense type meta, I really like it. I like it in a lot of things. It's one of my favorite tropes, I guess you would say. I don't know. Oh yes, this shot. I remember this shot too. It's a shame because it really does feel like a reference. I don't know. But you're right, it could be like something he saw in a dream or a commercial or something that we're just not privy to. It's really hard to say. Oh yeah, this doll. Apparently, okay, the doll is a reference to the Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei web radio show, whereby Nami's VA got a present, which was this doll, which looked like Sanosuke from Rurouni Kenshin. Of course, obvious stuff, certainly. So again, it's more super nerd inside baseball stuff, one for the long-time fans. I like this conspiracy theory here about thinking that XQC is actually smart and is acting. I don't think that he is. He's a very, very, very good actor, if that's the case. Some people, sometimes it isn't just trolling. Sometimes they're genuinely that stupid. Trust me. And on that note, I think we'll finish up. Yeah, XQC. Interesting one. Anyway, let's shout out the Patreon, of course. Patreon, 1 week ahead. The OVAs will be up there if you're particularly interested. Linked in the description below, $6 a month. All the normal stuff I say. Now let's jump in here with a Mickey Babbers, AF, AJ, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, BD422, Capella, Chobo Ribby, Copley, Dapper Dwarf, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fleur Nightingale, Fruit, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Greybeard, Guano, Gus N, Hans Peter, Ika, Iwayuru, Yako Yavnen, Chami Boo, Joran, Kasogtha, Kelvin, Clem, Nosta, Cod Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Marco-san, Miru, Mistakeo Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Aussie, Parnick, Pencil Sharp 333, Ronlight B&K, St. Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Akumancer, Binshi, Voodoo Chili, Aidan O'Brien, and Zach. Thank you to everybody for giving me money. I enjoy the money. Yeah, Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei time. The only large-scale question here would be, okay, this is the end of the TV anime run. Are we going to do something big and special with it, or is it just going to be more? Did they know? They kind of knew that they weren't getting a season 4, so are they going to go all out? Is it going to? That's kind of the general setup here, I would say. Other than that, it's the same old bullshit. It's just going to be a bunch of stuff, so please be ready. And with that, we'll jump into episode 12 of Zan Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei right now. Rightio. Episode 12, up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 41 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have the Zang version. It's yeah, linked in the description below is a picture-in-picture version if you don't want to mess with any of that. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, indeed. Nurse. Oh, yeah. That's insane. You're an insane person. Alright, man. Whatever you say. Sure. That's fucked up. I was actually in. I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually coming together to like be something, and then the nurse just spoke. Or didn't. Something happened. The nurse is nurse. Anyway. You know. You guys know. It'd be interesting to see if next week has openings on the OVAs and stuff. Considering again the last time I did OVAs for this show was a big old deal with the you know, special openings and stuff. That one shot of her with the gun there is kind of cool too. Again, because I don't know why, I could probably fix it. VLC always has a preview image, and for this one, for this season, it's basically always been around there in the opening. So I see her with the gun a lot. Okay, Valentine's Day. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Schrodinger's cat? There we go. Yeah. Now, people got mad at me. I don't know about me. Somebody got mad last time I brought up Schrodinger's cat, so I'm steering clear. Yeah, I broadly understand it, yes. I don't think you got any chocolate, buddy. Happy endings? Do tell. Why do I wear this hat? I sleep in this hat, guys. You're already bald, buddy. Why does the school have scaffolding? Am I forgetting something? It's kind of complicated. What a rude thing to say. Yeah, okay. Alright. I see. Look at Fat Nami. I think you do too. Schrodinger's tail. I mean, sure, whatever makes you happy. Okay, this fucking... I forget her name. No, 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 don't open that. I wouldn't... I think it's a biohazard. I think it's the latter. I think we're living in denial, folks. Oh, that cherry joke was quite good. Oh, this one's actually got translated too. My box wife. No, but you can't open the box. Oh. She? That's kind of a cool piece of animation. They're an angel? Wings coming out of the ceiling. I feel like I've seen that before too. Yeah, that's not how the concept works. I mean, let's see if I could tell who's who. Okay, I mean, I could tell that one. Long neck Sensei. That's like the one thing. Okay. Did they ever learn anything? Oh, okay. So now the paranoia sets in. Time for me to murder all the box people. Very cool. The kids could all be alive. Yeah. All right. Good bit. Good bit. It was a fairly quick one. Yeah. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. Almost tame. Anyway, sure. Whatever you say. Baseball? Is this the long-awaited baseball episode? Or not? It's the nuke episode. I can't say I expected a missile to be, in the school fucking quadrangle. Who's firing missiles at you? I mean, that was a stupid question. Okay, very smart, sure. Like, kill us? Yeah. Another really cool shot. Love this. Yes, Nami? Yeah, maybe. Maskomi? How does nobody see a missile? Okay. Just feign ignorance. But what if it goes off? Bakuhatsu indeed. Yes. Oh, okay. Sugoi picture. Okay, well, we're fucked then. What are we gonna... So we're gonna hide the missile? I really, really, really like this skit. I think it's great. Oh my god. Analog horror. What? It's a fake missile, so write fake on it. It's like a double negative thing. G. I don't think we should move it around. How the fuck did she do that? It's a very tall mound. Hey, I like, he fell for it? It's far too tall. It's a hazard. Okay. Oh! Okay, so it kind of is a baseball episode too. Great. What? I see. That's kind of clever. It's escaping? I was about to say, isn't this whole thing very time sensitive? But I agree. What the fuck? There's a cassette tape in it. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, Nami's boombox. Hell yeah. It always turns into some cult bullshit. I like this song. Okay. Yes. Nisemono? That's not good either. Okay. Oh my god. Mario got nuked. No! Not the doll. No way. Wait, did that say part 2? Oh yeah, I remember. It's the Nami Rin show. What, no, she wants the ramen too? Okay, fair enough. Nami's like an employee now. Alright. Chill. It's an interesting sub for Itadakimasu. Oh, it's shit. That's funny too. Okay. Shit ramen. Hell no. Wait, we're still moving? We're gonna purchase the entire fucking town. Again, I said Monopoly. Okay, good reference too. Really does feel like Monopoly, right? Kabe? Interesting song to be singing. Yeah, but again, like Chiri's keeping us on house arrest for some reason. Remember that? I see. Okay, we're all a big happy family then. Don't. Komori? Oh no, okay, we're just doing class, which is also home. Oh. Real estate mogul. Is there? Yeah, I was about to say. There's like a bunch left. That felt like a very quick episode. I was very caught off guard. I can't believe the reveal there was just that I thought Chiri was being evil, but no, we're on curfew for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with the missile. I really wonder what we're going to do here after the credits. Now, I believe when he was doing karaoke, he was singing this song, right? Which again, who sings the song? It's a fun one. But yeah, I guess my big takeaway, once again, lives and dies on the premise. Like, holy shit. Imagine another different show. I just think this premise is dynamite. Pun intended. Any cast of any anime you can think about, them finding an unexploded bomb, an unexploded missile, and they need to conceal it is gold. It is so good. Because whatever direction you take it, it's amazing. It's so absurd. Again, not to, disparaging what we did with it. I think it's really good too, but you won it at the setup. You really did. No! Winter Shogun. And Maeda. I don't know, if this is really just Maida, isn't he like... What's the Maida lore again? I thought he worked with Kometa. Shouldn't he be like good at drawing? I do like his drawing thus far. Thought he's like an editor or something. Yeah, look, he's chill. Little fucking egg person over there. What the fuck? Oh yeah, didn't we say that this was coming back? What the fuck? Alright, the song's really good too. Look at all the stalks. Very, very slick. Like, this show could exist. It probably does exist, honestly. I love shit like this. It's so ambitious. It's like a full opening, man. Now, when they said this shtick was coming back, I never envisioned this. I never did. Indeed. Okay, go on then. So why is she at home with him? Is she a home tutor? Jesus Christ. Big old eye roll. What are we doing today? A cylinder. What's cylindrical? This is outrageous. Why? Stop. That was it? The opening's as long as the episode. Less than 119? What the fuck? Sure. Alright, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get, huh? Alright, episode 13, let's jump right in. Rightio, episode 13, up there ready to go. 25 minutes and 22 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly with your own copy. Picture in picture in the description below. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Rightio, 3, 2, 1, go. Hot off the heels of some absolute bullshit, here is more. I almost need to mute it, man. I can't do this, like... I can't do this ASMR shit, man. Alright, there we go. No, it's still there. Okay. Oh. It's like tickling my ears. I don't like it. Sure. Whatever you say, sure. I see. Remote work Komori. Yeah, the tail, of course. I mean, I'm one of the 80%, yeah. Sure. I don't know what the hell a Kiyohiko anything is, but sure. Thank you. That's some research. I'll look forward to that greatly. You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh man, this show. It's been very funny. Kind of going to Mushi-Shi from this. They're pretty much exact opposites. It's very, very, very funny. It just goes to show how pacing works, I guess. I don't know. So peace and quiet's just kind of good sometimes, man. I'm like fucking locked in right now. So again, the opening's like the only time I can like relax almost. It's insane. Indeed. Yes, Chiri? Thoughts? What are we doing? That was cute. I liked that. Revenge of the Shit. Was it Fuji-san? It looked like it. What? Explain. Oh. That is kind of funny. Explain. So if it's part of this display, then it's fine. It kind of works. What kind of baseball? I see. That happens a lot? Thought that would have been a very specific circumstance. What's the big mistake? Are they all just wrong? Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay, I understand the joke. What? Shifted the answer columns around? Nami moment. She's in despair. What about them? Oh, I see. My tummy hurts. How does a doctor see a doctor? Zuto. I wonder if that was an actual typo. That's fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, she did ramen last episode. Oh! It was also paired with an animation error, which I really liked. Yeah. What would be the new one at the time? Go on. So that's the mistake there, sure. No! That's a character betrayal. Assassination. Okay, the mistake wasn't what I thought it was? Okay, now the positive spin, of course. Hmm? Then what was she doing that then? It's a lot of stuff. What the fuck? Oh. What do you mean by that? Kaiju Eiga. Wanna run? Did you notice one big mistake? No, I didn't. I didn't notice any of the mistakes. How scandalous. Not the blankie. Alright, that's a conflict. We are Linus? Tech tips? It's not the same. It's not the same. She's staring directly into my soul. What the fuck? I see. Well, let's go find it. Oh, security. Stupid show. So this stupid dummy again. Oh, clearly, yes. Sun. Alright, let's go find it. There was another missile in the sky? Send help? It's sentient? Oh! That's it! That's it flying away again. Politics? It's a security blanket. I say. A production line has already been built inside the school. Oh my god. This escalated quickly. Watch it. Finally, I have my security blanket I can now spend. Yeah, but does Komori get the original back? Oh yeah, the recession. Jeez, what a time. Is she okay? Jesus. Everyone's got a mysterious doll in this thing. It's funny because it's true. More boring? Go on. Yeah, everyone worked for the government. I would agree. We're all impoverished now. Oh, you're my personal security blanket. Thank you, everybody. Let's tear him apart. Limb by limb. What's his tail? I thought that was his tail. That was cute. Ha ha ha, Japanese joke. Oh, there's another fucking general? No way. Another one of these fuckers. I say lock him out. We got segments for days. That's terrifying. Now, Jinroku, stop them, please. Time to kill. Use that Yakuza training. Yeah, dude. You don't fuck with him. Teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid. Alright, I mean, I've been waiting for this guy to fucking beat us. Our goat. I wish you would die. What? An entire segment based on Japanese slang. Awesome. My favorite. I mean, you can't really create your own slang, right? This is what it feels like to say skibbity toilet in current year. Yes, you will. You're already lame. Yeah, it is kind of a cursed position. Whatever you say. Again, this was a longer episode. You cannot fool me. What? What a weird segment. How long was that? Yeah, it was not long at all. And again, there's another quite long segment here at the end. So what did I say coming in here? I was like, oh yeah, we might do something, you know, we're pretty sure this might be the last TV anime episode. Let's see how we go, blah, blah, blah. We didn't really do anything. It was just kind of more, which is fine. I mean, we still got in a segment here at the end. We could do something. In comparison to last episode, this episode far less legible, but still had some good bits. A lot of eye rolling, a lot of like, why God, why? Why have you done this? Like that kind of vibe. Look, she has an umbrella too. She's kind of like a slang general or something. Bet that shit kills if you actually understood all the slang. Don't know. Can't help you. Oh yeah, we switched back to the old ED too. It's interesting. Christmas? Great question. Christmas? Kris Kringle? Weirdos are always invading my house. Who the fuck are you? What's the... How do you know my name? Kiyohiko, it is your night. I can't think of anything I wanted to do. Pardon? Kiyohiko, you must die. What is happening? This is sending me down the rabbit hole thinking, are all Christmas carols, like, do they keep the same... I guess they must keep the same melody when they're sung in other languages. I'd never thought about that. Merry Christmas! Okay, now she's on her bullshit again. What the fuck? Okay. They keep showing up, bro. Yes. Go on. What the fuck? Yeah, it's still a little bit here at the end. Oh, it's Kiyohiko dance. Why has he got Astro Boy hair? This little elf man is slaying. Pardon the pun. No! No, I was into that. Who the fuck are you? That character back there is the character from Katana Gatari. You can't fool me. What the fuck are you drawing? She's drawing like a Dark Souls 1 like piece of concept art. Motherfucker, that's a Bloodborne enemy. And that's not Sensei's hair. Oh, Otsuki Kenji. Okay, I know who that is. Okay, yep, sure. Sure. Oh, thank you, Kometo. That episode was a fucking riot. What the hell? I've never been so confused. Anyway, I'll return for a bit of analysis, if you can even call it that, on those two episodes. I guess I know who the hell Kiyohiko is now. And why they did the round table about him at the start of the episode? Is that what happened? Yeah, this is the start of the episode. Hang on. Where's analysis? That one. I'll take this opportunity to hold a roundtable reflection regarding Kiyohiko's night. That's the segment at the end. Why are we reflecting on something that hasn't happened yet? What? It was only 4 pages? Okay, this is starting to make more sense now. Tomorrow job. That's insanity. Get me out of here. What the fuck? And we're back. It's the next day. As I sat down to record here today, I'm like, well, what are the large-scale takeaways from, episodes 12 and 13 of Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei? I don't think I have any, and I don't think that they intended for me to have any either. It kind of, again, just feels like 2 more episodes. The larger scale thing that I got for you is that I think that Kiyohiko is my new god. Other than that, not much. So we're just going to dive back through here and have another quick look. I guess the absence of stuff is also a kind of conversation topic. So again, I may be messing up some stuff here, but I thought that they knew that this was potentially going to be their last season. So I was like, potentially we could do something there that's a little bit more, large scale. They've opted not to. I think the absence of that's interesting. Again, yeah, they've kind of opted instead for, it seems to be adapting a fan favorite chapter, which is 4 pages long, which is the Kiyohiko stuff. I think that's what happened. Again, we're going to reread, but it was pretty out there. Just, again, I'm a broken record on all of the stuff that this show does that's just outrageous and random and fucks with my head. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss it when it's gone, I guess, because there's not many shows that really throw me for a loop like this one, I guess. So, I don't know. I've come around on... Sometimes it's frustrating for me just, like, not knowing anything. Sometimes that's frustrating. But again, maybe I'm turning a little bit soft in my old age. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, diving back through here, why not? Let's try to cover both of these opening segments in one fell swoop. This one is some bullshit, like always, but it's a special kind of bullshit. Parts of certain characters and their lines of dialogue are sped up and pitched up to the point of, like, absurdity. So if I go back here, you'll kind of, like... VLC wants to behave. Like there, you can kind of see that dialogue appear really fast. Like right there, that kind of stuff there too. Just that, because again, it's pitched up and it's kind of sped up as well. Why do that? And then the next episode has the opposite problem. Half the time she's whispering and it freaks me out. And then the other half of the time, it's just stupid voices again. What are we doing? Yeah, anyway. You know my opinions on this by now, I'm sure. Now, off of that kind of weirdness, we start pretty tame here. I'm not going to imagine I'm going to have that much to say about the Schrodinger's cat bit. It's fairly straightforward stuff. We present a concept about, again, not opening something up, because, again, if I don't open it up, it lives in a perpetual state of both being the thing that I want it to be and the thing that I don't want it to be, so why even check? Again, some neat philosophy in there. Again, probably not even what Schrodinger's cat's about. As I said in the reaction, it was Monogatari or it was Penguin Drum. People got mad, and I'm like, what are we doing? Again, because apparently it's a little bit more of a more complicated subject than that, and that's what people often shorten it up as. I don't know, man. Anyway, you don't want to open it up because you're fearful of the result. That's the joke. And we kind of play that pretty straight. There's a fun twist at the end with Chiri. We have kind of Kafka arguing the other side. We have politics jokes. We have sports jokes. It's a Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei bit, basically. Once again, if you don't open your locker on Valentine's Day, you live... or you create multiverses. 2 universes. One in which you're heartbroken, and another in which you get Valentine's Day chocolate. I think Asui here being the star character is a good lead-in. Just a nice kind of loser guy to do the Valentine's Day bit. Yeah, I don't know if you could do that with many other people. I don't know if you could substitute Sensei in here and have the same result. We also get off some bold jokes there. It's a good pick. We use him effectively, but sparingly, I would say. Cool bit of animation here on Sensei once he does appear, though. Just him getting so very excited about the possibilities remaining endless, as again, he's starting to present the rest of the case for the rest of the skit. I personally relate to the Schrodinger's hairline discussion. That's why I don't take this bad boy off ever. I sleep in it, of course. In probably a bit too much of an overt way, we then just take it to the class and say, hey, everybody, do your examples, where we could probably do that a little bit more elegantly. Example here being Nami and the scales. She's worried that she's going to get fat. Fat Nami. That's no good. I don't even understand what infinite possibilities of tails may be. I feel like it's mental illness, no? It's just going to be a cat's tail. Don't disappoint yourself. Come on now. I forget her name, the stupid one. She brought a lunchbox last week and didn't open it. I don't need a, hypothetical situation. It's clearly moldy. What are you doing? No, don't open it. Throw it out quickly. It's possible that the contents are edible. No. A week ago? No, they're not. I do wish I knew a little bit more about Japanese politics to get all the political jokes. The main chuckle here for me is that he brings the ballot box in here, and then Chiri tells him to, get out of here. It's technically voter fraud. You shouldn't bring a ballot box in. Again, it's a really good Chiri bit. You guys know. It's the rules. You're not meant to bring that in here. Yeah, that's the level I'm operating on. Now, I actually did have these translated, but I'm not going to get any of the references, I don't think. Yep, not a single one. Schrödinger's boyfriend's cell phone? Yeah, I guess you can... I see what they're getting at there, sure. You could either not be cheating or be cheating if, he could be faithful or unfaithful, depending on if I check it. Schrödinger's vintage wine there's pretty good, too. Yeah, the rest I'm kind of iffy on. Then we go over with Kay, who's what an enigma of a character. I just don't really understand what he even does. Where he has Schrödinger's wife, who is a wife that is in like a robot box costume. Where again, my wife could be my ideal perfect wife. If that box remains closed, that infinite possibilities. She could be whoever. And again, as we cut it open, more and more we see that potentially this wife isn't all she cracked up to be. But more than that, it isn't just that this may be unappealing, it's that it's ruining the possibility of it being perfect, which again is the comedy of the skit, I feel. I feel like wings going through the ceiling is a reference too. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. It may just be Eva again, honestly. Are we going to talk about this too? Why's the school got like scaffolding around it? Like that? I don't remember that part. But maybe it's more analogous to that specific manga chapter and the one that preceded it. Maybe that's how this is making sense. I guess the school kind of fell apart with the Zashiki Washiki what? When Komori tried to leave. Is that it? Anyway, confusing. We then take the Schrödinger's wife gag into the classroom. Everybody's in their own stupid costumes. I think it's very easy to figure out who's who here, especially when we draw eyes. That makes it very easy. And bandage up that robot. I wonder which robot has the panty shot. I wonder which one that is. Anyway, pretty clear to see, and I can't even read the text on them, which makes it even more obvious. Anyway, point being... Komori. Point being, hey, Chiri's on the fucking warpath now, where it becomes Schrödinger's teacher, she puts him in the box, and then Harumi goes crazy thinking that there may be BL in the box. BL box? Sure. We do two pretty good full class gags here too. Jinroku looks in, oh, what a studious class. They could be anything that they want to be. Their possibilities are endless because they're all in the stupid costumes back here, However, if their possibilities are endless, then Chiri obviously thinks the worst, and then she's going to commit several crimes. Very cool. From there, the classroom itself becomes Schrödinger's classroom. Very, very good ending to the bit. The students, anything could be happening in there. The students could be alive, the students could be dead. We're just going to keep it shut regardless. Yes, now, okay, this skit here. Thinking back on it, probably up there with Deadass, just some of my favorite stuff in the show. I really, really loved it. And again, I said my major point for it during the reaction itself. I feel like this is just so dynamite from the premise point of view that it's like undeniable, Again, for some reason, a bomb has fallen in the middle of, the kind of yard in the school. There is an inspection coming soon. We must find a way to hide the bomb and make sure that it looks like everything's going fine. Put this premise into any show with a large eclectic cast of characters, slice of life or otherwise, and it will write comedy gold. It just does it itself. It's so good. In general, I wish we did a lot more stuff like this with the show. I really do. I feel like the cast is so strong, and they all have their specific little bits and whatnot. I always say it, right? I love it when we kind of escape the classroom and do something weird and go in some weird direction, and we get to see the characters play off a scenario, right? Like a sitcom, a situational comedy. That's where I feel like we could have gone with a lot of this stuff instead of being, a bit more referential and a bit too smart for its own good. If we just played in this kind of space a lot more, I feel like we could have, really made something quite good. I mean, that's unfair. Better than it currently is, I guess. Again, this thing spirals instantly. Chiri suggests that we contact the authorities and get them to remove it, Pretty logical. But again, if the government didn't pick it up, if it wasn't on any radars or nothing, right? And if we then expose it to them, they may not want that getting out. We may be compromised. They may do everything in their power to keep that secret. We could die. Again, there's a lot of logical leaps there, but I think it's way more fun than just kind of reporting it. If anything, it's much like Sensei himself to make such logical leaps, so maybe they're learning from the best. From there, we think about potentially getting the media involved, but we don't trust the media either. If they don't know about it, then what kind of good are they if they didn't see it fall out of the sky like us? From there, we turn to feigning ignorance. We're going to be like, I didn't see any missile. And again, as we see here, turn a blind eye. Turn over the other shoulder, just look away. This is when Kafka stirs the pot even more, saying that a news outlet itself is coming today to do an interview with our baseball team. Therefore, there's going to be the news here anyway. They're coming whether we like it or not. So hey, if we don't want this getting out to the government because they may kill us, and if we don't want it getting out to the media because, other reasons, then hey, we gotta hide this thing, From here, we get the idea to fake an athletics festival and pretend like it's a decoration in the middle of such a festival, that we would kind of dance around or use as a focal point. If we put some kind of slogan on it, potentially that'll fix things. I feel like Kafka's potentially making things worse by, using this particular slogan. From here, we really start to panic. We employ Chiri to try to bury it, but it just looks more and more conspicuous. I particularly like this joke because it gets Chiri to use the shovel. I just thought that was neat. Bringing it back to the baseball as well is fun. Again, it's the, what do we call it here? The mound where the pitcher would stand, I believe. It doesn't look particularly natural. Still sticks out like a sore thumb. It's way too tall. It's not even near regulation. Come on now, Kafka. I don't know. She looks kind of cute in the baseball gear too. If I could get that back up again. Yeah, I like that. We double down here on the baseball idea, trying to draw a diamond around the mound, but we end up spelling the character for Kim, which may indicate where the missile came from. Again, I'm imagining that that's what this symbol is. I don't know. I don't know Japanese or any other language. Again, doesn't take a genius to figure out where that missile may have come from. Then we're just full delusion mode. It must be a time capsule. Graduate students buried it ages ago and it's resurfaced due to a diastrophism? Sure. Now again, I'm not going to pretend that I understand this joke particularly well, but listening to the song and, it kind of revving them up is kind of funny. I don't know, the tape coming out of the missile as the time capsule is kind of cool too. Yeah, I don't know, we pump up the volume, we draw some symbols on it, it turns into some occult bullshit. As you do, but it works effectively to hide the missile. So now instead of being killed by the government for finding this thing, now they just seem like a bunch of crazed lunatics. A very musical set of 2 episodes overall, a lot of unique music that we hadn't seen before. I found that entertaining. A little tune here and there. Obviously, we have the Kaire stuff towards the end of the episode, as well as all of Kiyohiko's stuff in the following episode. And then, I don't know, there's a real missile in the air and we all die, and Sanosuke fucking carks it too. Which I guess is a nice end to the whole dummy idea. I don't know, this joke killed me in the reaction. I thought it was very funny. Where are we, by the way? We just went to the fucking outskirts. Sure. Now, I will say, a little bit disappointed that this skit even became a 2-parter, because I don't feel like there's that much gas in the second part here. Nami kind of gets recruited by Rin and the butler, and kind of joins in the smashing, and then we just kind of meet up with a bunch of other characters, and the ramen's kind of average. Yeah, I mean, that's basically kind of it. I feel like, again, most of the good juice was last week. This doesn't really feel like it adds all that much. I mean, that frame there is pretty good. Let me hide myself. That's good stuff. Screenshot that. Okay, I really do like the joke of the restaurant changing ownership, and that's why the flavors have changed as well when we are the new owners, and it only happened 2 seconds ago. That's pretty good stuff. Oh yeah, shoutouts to the Medici little reference here in Florence, right? And yeah, we kind of encompass a bunch of other characters in their houses along the way. So bring the whole gang along. And again, we're trying to get to karaoke. There's a little character over here too. I wonder if he'll be coming back soon. Sensei's singing the song that Kamiya sings for the ED. I feel like that's a really nice touch. Just another general question as well, because that was the other disappointing part. I thought there was a larger scale thing for why Chiri specifically wanted us to be inside. No, as it's revealed, it's just kind of a curfew and nobody's supposed to leave their house. So what's the deal with the curfew? Why is there a curfew? The kicker at the end of the skit is that we're trying to get to the candy store and many other different locations, and en route, again, as we're kind of making our way there, the school's there, and then, again, if we're all in the same household, then we can all just go to school. And I mean, maybe this was part of Chiri's master plan. This way, even if we're under curfew, we can come to class. Did you plan this? Did you want to come to class? That would be within your character. Oh yes, Zetsubou Sensei song. What the look at his helmet. What the hell? He's already got a little sensei there. Yeah, he's like, they've both changed costumes by the very end here too. He revealed his own boldness. Also, we've made like little egg cup sensei too. Maida. Wasn't Maida an editor? I thought that was the whole shtick. It was like Komeda's guy. I guess he can draw. He's drawing pretty good there. Those look like the designs. Anyway, importantly, we have a segment after all of this. I don't even know what to call it. If there's actually an ecchi show that is this overt and obvious, I kind of want to see it. I kind of do. Just for like the pure brashness of it all. Again, we did say that the Kaire teacher kind of ecchi bit was going to return, and it did. I just didn't expect the scale at which we did it. Unique song. Very well performed, of course, and a little skit there at the end, too. Naughty Miss Kaire, Yan teaching step by step. Anyway, do I even do the lyrics here? I don't really want to read them aloud, if I'm honest. What's all this, like, Chinese stuff? Sui Tang's song, follow dignity, something about Zhao as well. Alright, in my scant Googling, not the only scant thing on screen as well, I think they're Chinese dynasties, which is a weird one. I'm not really sure how to react. I don't know, it is a full-length opening, right? Yeah, pretty much. It is a full-length opening animated for this joke bit that they never use again. That looks pretty good and is directed pretty well and wouldn't be out of place in an actual show. It's a pretty slick little thing, like this kind of split screen part here with all the lips. Like that. That's pretty effective. That's like music video-esque. I like that. There's kind of this general conceit throughout of her, you know, strutting her stuff, walking up a lot of stairs, and trying to meet up with her beloved. I don't know. The object of her affections. Or is she the object of his? Anyway, it's weird. Liked this too a lot. Again, just like, he turned into like a taffy man. It's a cool visual style. I don't know. Some of the architecture used here is really cool too. Like, I don't know the direct inspirations. I like the kind of galactic view in the background. Some MC Escher-esque stuff here with all the stairs and the kind of confusing nature of it all. That's weird. Some really nice rotating shots there, a la something like a Kaguya-sama maybe. That's pretty cool. And it definitely lives up to the end of the bargain of being ecchi as well. Like, I don't know. It was pretty explicit, I thought. I will say that the opening itself was a little bit more of the bit than the actual, you know, content of the episode, if you could even call it that, which is pretty obvious and kind of shitty, but also that's kind of the joke too, so yeah. Something, the cones grew more than last week. Okay. Dude, volume of a cylinder. Look at the math here. Insane stuff. And then we try to find a cylindrical object to be able to do a physical, demonstration of the volume of a cylinder, I guess. Like actually measuring it with a ruler or something like that generally helps with learning. The only cylindrical object we can find is a penis. I mean, that's the joke. I do like the line of this cylinder keeps changing size. I mean, yeah, again, nothing to write home about. It's more just the ridiculousness of it even happening. Again, in a similar vein to my good friend Kiyohiko here in a second. I do like the audacity of having a preview for the next episode as well, too. Zrin Peace, they pressured Miss Kairi to wear something smaller since she was wearing petroleum products. Okay, that's some bullshit. I already talked about this whispering nightmare at the start of the next episode, so let's jump right into Kiyohiko time, baby. Okay, first there's this. Apologies, although it was originally slated to be published in Volume 12, because the manufacturer has judged Zetsubou Sensei side story Kiyohiko's Night, published in Magazine Dragon, to be unfit for publication, it will not be shown here. We're sorry and thank you for your understanding. What? I'd imagine that's in the original volume that they're adapting this part from, and they chose to include it regardless. And then we take on the form of like a production meeting, or like a presentation to stakeholders, and Chiri's here, and we're going to talk about a roundtable reflection regarding Kiyohiko's Night, a skit, which has not happened yet, by the way. It has not occurred, and everyone's in attendance, and I'm very confused. Again, I'm just very confused on the context. Okay, I would imagine that Kiyohiko's Night was a chapter that was quite renowned in the Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei community. People really liked it for some reason and wanted to see it adapted and wanted to see it in volumes and didn't want to see it buried. Otherwise, why would we talk about it like this? Therefore, the characters talking about it on screen together in a round table, the same way that the fans would have, the same way that the production staff would have, when they were thinking about whether to include it or not, is a massive meta circle jerk. And we keep going on about it only being 4 pages, and it's us doing our best effort in only 4 pages, and we should have gotten out of it by doing an interview or something, instead of forcing ourselves to do a manga. Is Kiyohiko's Night a manga that the characters wrote? What are you talking about? And who's the deer? I don't even remember it. Is there a deer in this thing? There's no deer that I could see. Am I stupid? No, I kind of remember there being a deer. There was another little freak looking through the door. What kind of deer does a reindeer rein? Yeah, and then there's this fucker. Yeah, I remember. I'm up with it. Of course you would like the deer more too. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, here we go. Do you think that people who haven't read it yet even know what we're talking about? That magazine is really hard to find now, since all that stuff happened. I wonder what happened. What are you talking about? You're talking in a little bit of a hushed tone. Was there a scandal of sorts, Maria? I would say 80% of the people watching this broadcast probably haven't read it anyway. Yeah, there he is. Kiyohiko's even here. Yo. And then because nobody's read it, we're just saying it's funny. Okay. So I need a full-scale review of what the hell the context is. Put the context like hat on, I require context. This is what I think. The chapter came out in the magazine version. They thought it was kind of crap. They didn't want to include it in the volume version. Then Kumete in all his wisdom has written this little bit about the characters being consulted about if it should be included. Then it's turned into like a fandom in-joke. Then we adapted into the anime, keeping all of this kind of meta context to it all. And then we actually play the bit later on for the mega amount of context for all of it at the very end. Okay, and I actually find the bit itself pretty funny. Like, it's all just based off Maria making a misunderstanding about some Christmas stuff and creating a character who has a night. Again, it's just the translation for Silent Night. That's my understanding, I think, or a mistranslation. Anyway, like, yeah, and he has these little song and his stupid dance. It's just it's baffling on multiple levels. It is one of the greatest mind fucks ever put to film. Oh yeah, this is adorable too. Okay, we're gonna do a bit about art and looking at certain things from certain perspectives in a minute, sure. But for the moment, Chiri's just gonna dance and look cute. I think that's great too. Again, I've said it previously too. I feel like this show could also lean into the cute girl stuff a little bit more and be enjoyable from that perspective. It's no wonder why Chiori loves this piece of art so very much, the reversible Fuji. However, it has been placed in this museum upside down, as Abiru then goes and tells us, which causes some despair out of Chiori, of course. Now, I'm interested in this too. Apparently, in France, Monet's Water Lilies painting was displayed upside down at an art museum, like in real life. That's insanely embarrassing for the staff, holy shit. Now, I disagree here where we take the direction of the skit after this, so instead of going like, oh, it's a perspective thing, I guess it's kind of still a perspective thing. People miss large-scale errors whilst noticing trivial stuff. Again, it's just like a human condition thing almost, and again, like, instead of focusing on all the other stuff around the art gallery and the presentation and whatnot, we forgot to notice that the painting itself was actually just upside down. Because it's a Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei episode, of course, there's something about baseball. Now, again, I'm imagining this is referencing something in real life where everybody was too focused on, the nitty-gritties of, if it was in the strike zone, if it was a ball, or if it was a strike, that nobody noticed that the number of outs was wrong. There had already been 3 outs, then they should have already changed over. Nobody noticed. Even some fans in the stadium didn't notice. Like, collectively, just everybody had this brain fart. That's kind of funny. Again, it's like in soccer if they accidentally kept playing for like 50 minutes and a half or something, where it's just like, oops, just forgot to timekeep it, and like nobody noticed. I like Nami's example here. Again, Nami's normal. The joke here is that her mistake is very normal. It pertains to an actual deadass test at school. Now again, Nami was concerned about specific questions. If she was to get them wrong or right or whatnot, she didn't notice that she put them in the wrong columns, I think is the gist here. Yeah, you shifted the answer columns around. Now, in my experience at school, maybe not, end of year 12 exam type stuff, but in most cases, they would just like forgive this mistake and say, well, obviously they didn't mean that answer there. That the working outs, obviously, like it translates to that question and that question. That'll give you a little bit of leeway. Maybe it's different in Japan. Maybe it was different 15 years ago. Who knows? Even if they weren't shifted around, the score would be the exact same is very funny too. So you're just shit. There's probably some neat art reference stuff going on here too. It's out of my wheelhouse. Abiru's example here pertaining to her, like, I don't know, it's not self-harm, but all the harm happening to her body. She's focusing on her pinky finger instead of her leg, which is facing the wrong way. I guess that's as good a time as any to bring in Sensei's brother over here, Dr. Death, where again, this happens quite a bit. Adrenaline's going, nobody notices the big things that are actually wrong with them. They focus on the small stuff, like the scrape on the arm and not the organs hanging out of your body. So I think this one here again is a meta joke. Okay, let me explain. We're talking about focusing on the small things instead of the large-scale mistakes. Now, Nami here says, of course, as opposed to of course, when talking about eating ramen at the station or some other bullshit, I don't know. What we then see is something that I could only describe as an animation error. So the colors, they're all fucked. So 1, 2, 3 frames, 4, keep going, big green frame in the middle, and then it kind of cuts back to, like, it like stops in the middle of it, and it doesn't zoom in effectively. It's way too stilted. Yeah, one more time, just like, without all the bullshit, just like all the way through. Ready, everybody? Like, that just does not look correct, right? And I think that's the joke. And the manga obviously wouldn't have the capacity to do that, so maybe they framed her face like weird or something. I don't know. Again, I like it when we have anime-specific jokes for the anime stuff that, again, pertain to the nature of the skit, and I like when we have manga-specific ones for the manga. I feel like that really separates it, and we understand why we do things in certain mediums. It's cool. Nami, have you seen the new Evangelion movie yet? And then she says, of course, again, with a similar kind of animation style there, maybe a little bit quicker even that time. Where, again, the colors are just all yeah, it's really weird. I really don't understand this Meru bit. So what's the difference? Can I, like, hang on. Because there's that Meru there. Okay. She looks a bit different. No, she looks very similar. Okay. Because I just thought it would be the very fact of her writing a letter, because she doesn't write letters, but maybe that's the point of the skit, is that she's writing a letter, and that's impressive to Sensei. Is it the pen? The pen looks stupid. Is it that? No, the pen's still there in both. Am I dumb? What's the joke? Do you really think they didn't notice? I think they were just being kind and pretending they didn't. I didn't notice. What's the problem? Anyway, this is the Kafka part where she puts a positive spin on it. Everybody knows this by now. People are just being kind. They actually do notice these big mistakes and pretending they don't. Again, to protect the people that made the mistake in the first place. I think the Chiri phone bit's pretty good. Like, we didn't notice that she wasn't using a phone, like, at all, as opposed to a small, like, you know, piece of misinformation that she said. Now, this was the other one I wanted to look for. How are we supposed to know that it was his father or her father the entire time? If you lay all 12 pages end to end, Meru's dad will appear. Okay, now knowing this, are there any great big setups for this through the rest of the skit? Is this what this silhouetting is? Is this it? It was the big mistake there the entire time? Yeah, he's there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can see him. Okay. I guess I never really noticed the letterboxing. Sure. It's there. That's kind of clever. I didn't notice that. Sure. But once again, I feel like that joke works better in the manga. Like, again, you can actually physically go back instead of watching it instead of needing to go back on your own time through the footage, where again, you just don't even notice it. You go back through the pages you've already read and you can see it, and that's like part of the joke there. Again, dictating pace yourself as opposed to having pace dictated to you. I don't know, good bit. I guess it's a fun twist at the end, kaiju-esque, as they do say. Now, is it only me, or did anybody else get actually kind of emotional here? Like, I don't know, I felt for Komori. She lost a blankie. I don't know, maybe there's some, like, deep-seated, forgotten childhood trauma there or something, but I felt it. I don't know, I was kind of sad. Instead, we do a stupid pun about security blankets. It's all good, it's fine. Again, I like this. I feel like we do this, like, once an episode, where she's just, like, full-on just staring at the camera. Thank you, Sinetsky. Very, very cool. We tried to get a replacement blanket for Komori, and she does not like it. She does not want it. Please do not give it to me. Again, I don't feel secure without my blanket. It's a security blanket. It then turns into a pun about, you know, the general... Is it like a metaphor, I guess, a security blanket? If somebody said XYZ is my security blanket, I'd understand what they meant. Again, especially pertaining to financial stuff. We're bringing the government and a stimulus check kind of idea, post-recession. I don't know, it was pretty clever. I do like everybody banding together and helping to find the blanket. I don't know, it's nice to think that potentially this class has some semblance of camaraderie. That'd be nice. I do like how we're yelling out for it like it's sentient. I feel like that's pretty good too. Anyway, Prime Minister finds blanket, because of course he does. At the same time they're having a political meeting, kind of talking about a stimulus check and how people won't actually spend it because they feel like they need some, you know, piece of security financially as opposed to something that they'll just spend. Now I thought that the way that, you know, you were supposed to do it is that it was like money that you had to spend. You couldn't save it or something. Anyway, either way, if everybody has a security blanket already, if they feel secure, and we mass produce these things for the populace, then they'll actually spend and the stimulus check will work. I do like how quickly it moves. The production line has already been built inside the school. At least their government's moving quickly. I don't know. That's pretty nice. She's being wrapped up for the sake of Japan's economy. Good line out of context. I don't know, everyone's feeling pretty nice though. I like the, you know, we're working in the background. Yeah, maybe cynical, maybe it's sweatshop-esque, but you know. I don't know, Komori saved the economy. Thank you, Komori. From here, apparently, Komori's become, you know, a focal point of terrorist attention, a point of espionage, potentially. Where she's single-handedly saving the economy, so he must now protect her? Why does Chiri have a mysterious doll? I don't really understand why we bring in all our specific special items as well. I guess it's to kind of obfuscate her. But, like, these things, they don't have, like, cursed energy radiating from them. It doesn't That's not how this works. They're gonna know what the blanket is. Then apparently the only thing that can ever make us feel secure is the knowledge that there are people more pathetic than us, which is something that I can relate to a T. To a T, for sure. Comparison is the thief of joy. Sometimes comparison is the creation of joy. I don't know. And then we get very, very political at the end, because then it's like, Sensei's a civil servant. He feels secure all the time. Therefore, every employee, every citizen of the nation should be a civil servant. Everybody should work for the government. Then everybody will feel secure. And then, of course, that bankrupts the economy because... Anyway, you guys know. It's not even part of your party's platform. Yeah, it leans another way politically from that guy, I reckon. That's pretty good too. I don't know. Again, I'm sure you guys have this too. Everybody has this. If you're a public sector worker, you're kind of lazy. So mangakas in the public sector went from releasing weekly to releasing annually. You can't blame them. The price of paper skyrocketed. Yeah, it's all good. Despite everything, we still feel secure because we have you, Sensei. You're our security blanket. Therefore, to create a just society, let's distribute the wealth so everybody feels comfortable. Let's rip him limb from limb. I don't know, scathing critique on communism, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. This is one of the few political bits that actually got me, so sure. Oh yeah, the slang. I didn't really like the slang. I didn't get the slang, so the slang bit didn't do anything for me. I guess it's a nice setup for Kiyohiko, because Maria said something stupid about a slang general, and then a slang general actually showed up. Why does the slang general wear a tracksuit and carry an umbrella on his back, and then that guy just fucking apparates? But again, I mean, I don't know the slang, I'm sorry. Okay, so if the slang general exists, then a bunch of other generals exist, but it's lucky we have Jinroku to protect us from all these freaks. Action here's pretty good. It's nice to see him cut loose. Our ex-Yakuza teacher friend Jinroku. I mean, I strikingly have zero to say here. I don't get any of the jokes. I think people just appearing that it's slang generals that are all wearing the same thing is pretty good. I don't understand how this associates with 2004. In 2004, I think I was watching a lot of SpongeBob, I'm gonna be honest. And I wasn't in Japan. I don't know, the slang, the curse of the slang general in the end is that he's always gonna go out of fashion. I think that's the joke there at the end. And then I'm not gonna end up like you guys, I'm not like you. Yeah, it'll eventually... That's how slang works. It's eventually going to become lame. Anyway, and then Kiyohiko to round us out. Okay, let's back up here. Let's do some research. What is Silent Night in Japanese? Genius version, Merry Christmas friend, Kiyoshiko no night. Kiyoshiko? Kiyohiko? Okay, so that's like Maria's mistake, I guess. It's just mixing up the characters there. Kiyohiko, Kiyoshiko. Yeah, okay. So she thought it was a proper noun. Hang on, I should go to this view too. Yeah. Okay, I get it a little bit more now. But again, much like the previous skit, somebody said something, and now they're just going to appear. In the dead of night, here he is, Kiyohiko. So, okay, I think this is jammed on the end of the previous skit about the slang guys. That would make sense, because they're very, very similar structurally. And that would explain the 4 pages type stuff. And once again, Kometa knows this gag is absolute trash as well, which I love. I feel like it's almost anti-humor. Like, he just shows up and he's like... I'm Kiyohiko. It's like, but what do you do? What does a Kiyohiko's night involve? And he's like, I don't know. That's really funny. And then Kafka encourages him, you must believe in yourself and you'll figure out what it is that you do. And then he doesn't even know what he wants to do, and he's always lived for his family's wishes. More than anything else, I just can't believe that this is the last piece of mainline animated Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei content. That is insanity to me. Then everyone has a sing. Sure. And then Maria says a stupid pun, and then the deer shows up, and then that's our kind of ending skit bit. And then Chie literally turns to the camera and tells us that this skit is trash as well. Like, we didn't really try hard on that one at all. It was kind of garbage. And then we Kiyohiko night, and we dance, of course. Kafka hair again, look at that. And then a little Kafka dance, little Kafka shoe, little Kafka midsection. Kafka was Kiyohiko the entire time. I've solved it, you guys. Wow. And yeah, I don't know, he's kind of like idol dancing, he's slaying, he's voguing, and he gets his own little stupid song about despair or something. And then we just cut it, because it's also just crap. Now, who are the people here at the end? Yeah, you were Kenji Otsuki. You sing the opening. What does Yu Kobayashi do for the show? That's just Kairi again. You can't fool me. So this is this is the other version of Kairi that we hardly ever use. That's the Japanese version. Sure, and she drew some bullshit. What an ending. What a show. What a time to be alive. There's some nice ending art, though. I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of any of that. It sure was content, I guess. Very confusing. What a show. What a weird... Anyway. Next week, OVAs. Look forward to OVAs. That's confused the fuck out of me. That's fine. It was very funny. I laughed. I like the absurdity. Yeah. Anyway, next week. Look forward to it. I'll see you then. Patreon if you want to be that 1 week ahead. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. Ciao.